Thanksgiving history? Huh.
Yeah, boy!
Happy Thanksgiving to you all! This is a really important day in American history, and now I'm going to be going over the history because we just learned it in social studies class, so yay! So it all started with a race of certain people meeting with other certain people. That's right, it was the Native Americans meeting with the British for the first time. At first, what had happened was the British were doing gun practice on their country and they got scared. So they picked up all their weapons, went armed, ready to attack them. The Native Americans did that. And then they found the British having a feast, and even though they weren't originally on the invitation list, the British said, how about you come down and sit with us? So they had a nice feast. Unfortunately, it was intended to only be a one-time thing, especially exactly after the British started conquering their country. But then it was thought of again when the Civil War hit, and it was striking America by storm. But Abraham Lincoln thought that this was a nice way to calm down from the war, so started localizing it. Years later, Thanksgiving was forgotten about again, and Macy's, who was trying to localize their store, didn't think about Thanksgiving either. They thought about Christmas. And what were they thinking about? Having a parade in November for it. Actually, on the day of Thanksgiving, it would have lots of balloons and localize their store and Christmas sales. But then, in the near future, thanks to somebody, it would change into Thanksgiving parade. Franklin Roosevelt became president. Well, he was president, and he was thinking that this was a good way to get together with your family, so tried localizing it. And in 1941, when World War II hit, not only did Franklin Roosevelt think that it was a good idea to nationalize, but the government did too. So it got nationalized. And it was great for the soldiers, even though there were other things like Pepsi vending machines that would help the soldiers be happy during the war. Nothing would ever make them as happy as Thanksgiving. Even if they weren't really with their families, they thought about their families, and they thought about their families' well-being. And as you can see on the screen right now, this is the first parade celebrated nationally as Thanksgiving for Macy's. And while there are other traditions like the Dog Festival or the
experience the history, the fashion,
the football games, and there have been a few mistakes like the Barney thing, there will nothing be as special as Thanksgiving. So be sure to leave a like, guys. What did you think about that history? Did I do a good job? Did I not? I probably didn't, because I sometimes get scared to speak in front of people, even though I'm not speaking in front of people.